Second chapter, mechanical properties of fluid. Today we are seeing that the expression for rise or fall of the liquid. There are two methods by which we find out the rise or fall of the liquid. First is by pressure difference and another is by force. This is the first method, by pressure difference. Now, when the capillary tube deep into the liquid, such as water, the water rises in the tube and forming the concave surface. The water rises in the tube up to the height h. A tangent drawn to the liquid surface. This angle is the angle of contact, tending from the point of contact. This is the angle of contact. Now the pressure of the liquid column in the capillary tube is equal to the pressure difference 2T upon R due to the concavity. So the pressure of the liquid column in the capillary tube is equal to H rho g. That is equal to the pressure difference of the, that is 2T upon R. So H rho g is equal to 2T upon R. Here let R be the radius of the capillary tube and capital R is the radius of this curvature. It is the radius of this curvature. Theta is the angle between the thing. So radius of curvature R is equal to radius of the capillary tube divided by cos theta. So putting this value in this equation, we get H rho g is equal to 2T cos theta upon R. From this, the height of the liquid column in the capillary tube is given by H is equal to 2T cos theta upon R rho g. So this is the expression for rise or fall of the liquid in the capillary tube. From this, we can see that if we took the single liquid, that is water. For water, surface tension is constant, angle of contact is also constant, density of the liquid means water is constant, and acceleration due to gravity, this is also constant. This means that H is inversely proportional to the radius. This means that if we are taking a capillary tube of small radius, that is R1, R2, then the height of the liquid in the first capillary tube will be greater than the height of the liquid in the second capillary tube. Means height of the liquid depend upon the radius of the capillary tube, but it is inversely proportional. If the radius of the capillary tube is small, then the height of the liquid in the capillary tube will be greater. Then similarly, for the liquid which is making a convex angle, in convex angle the angle of contact is obtuse. So for convex, if we want to find the height, then the angle of contact is obtuse, then cos theta will be negative, cos theta will be negative, and height will also be negative. This formula is used for both the liquid a liquid which is forming the concave shape and a liquid which is forming the convex shape. Also, for the liquid for which the angle of contact is 0. Okay. Now, this is the second method, that is by the force. Consider a capillary tube. When this capillary tube is deep into the liquid arises up. Now, in this case, the weight of the liquid in the capillary tube is balanced by the proper component of the force due to the surface tension. Here, water is rising or liquid is rising in the capillary tube. Here is the surface tension which balances the weight of the liquid in the weight of the liquid column in the capillary tube. Now, in this case, the force due to the surface tension acting, it is in the tangential direction. Here we have seen that the weight mg is balanced by the tangential force due to the surface tension. Now, this much area is in the contact with the solid, so length of the contact is equal to circumference, and if r is the radius of the capillary tube, then length of contact is equal to 2 pi r. Now, the force due to the surface tension is given by Ft is equal to, we have seen the formula that surface tension is equal to force divided by length in the contact. From this, force due to the surface tension is equal to T into L, that is length of contact. So Ft is equal to surface tension into length of contact. So Ft is equal to surface tension T, length of contact is equal to 2 pi r. In this case, the vertical component of force due to the surface tension balancing the weight of the liquid in the capillary tube. So, for vertical component of the force due to the surface tension is Ft cos theta, which is balancing the weight of the liquid column in the capillary tube. So, Ft V is equal to T 2 pi r cos theta, equation 1. Now, the volume of the liquid column in the capillary tube is given by pi r square h, and the mass of the liquid column in the capillary tube is given by rho into, since density is equal to mass upon volume, so mass is equal to rho into volume, and the value of volume is pi r square h. So mass of the liquid is equal to rho into pi r square h. So we have seen that the weight of the liquid column in the capillary tube balanced by the vertical component of the force due to the surface tension. So mg is equal to T into 2 pi r cos theta. The value of m is rho pi r square h into g is equal to T into 2 pi r cos theta. So 1 r gets cancelled, pi get cancelled, and here h is equal to rho g, bringing rho g into this side, we get T is rho r g to this side, we get H is equal to P twice T cos theta divided by R rho G. So this is the expression of height of the liquid in the capillary tube. Here also we see that the height is inversely proportional to the other things. So these are the two methods by which we can find the rise or fall of the liquid in the capillary tube.